Hi, my name is Brad, and I'm joined by In Stereo. In Stereo, Australia's biggest boy band. Following stints on The Voice Kids and X Factor, the boys were signed to Warner Music and have released 3 EPs in a little over a year. The first EP, She's Rock and Roll, debuted at number 11 in April last year, only to be surpassed a few months later by Speed of Sound, which rocketed to number 3. The boys are now back with their latest EP, Day In, Day Out, which features their impressive new single, Bad For Me. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
How's it going? And also in the intro, I forgot to include Girlfriend, which was the single as well, which wasn't on the EP.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Yeah, and the film looked like it was a lot of fun to make. You filmed it at Luna Park. Do you have any stories from shooting?
Too much cotton candy.
Yeah, no, it was a good day. We only had, because it was in like the sort of twilight time that we filmed it in, like sunset, so we only had like 3 hours to film the whole video, so we were
running
really,
around the park.
Yeah,
Like a little child.
And basically, you just want to know, how'd you guys all meet? So you were all both on The Voice Kids.
Yes.
Did you know each other before then?
No, Chris and I did not know each other prior, and we didn't actually really get to know each other while on the show. It was actually
different teams.
It was actually the tour after the show, which we were both on, which is when I remember specifically, a bit of a throwback, on the way we're in Canberra doing a show, and everybody else got in the car and drove back to the hotel, but there wasn't room for Chris and I, so we walked back to the hotel together, and that's when we first really connected.
bonded.
Yeah, we bonded.
And that's when in staring
And then poor Jacob left out.
And then
I was a fetus back then. I didn't. I was nothing.
and then but then through music, like we met Jakey, and then like we all had that we had that that connection happening, and then we're like, you know what, let's make a band, and then
It was fun. It was
it was fun. We're still going,
it's destined.
So yeah, you did release Honest as the first single with James Umuni from Janoskians.
Yes.
How did that happen?
Well, it's just like kind of that mutual acquaintances thing, and he's really fun to hang out with.
I can imagine. And he's going to be on the Teen Vibes bill as well.
Yeah, Melbourne. So that's gonna be good fun.
Oh yeah,
It'll be good to see him again.
we gotta chuck him up for Honest.
Yeah, we'll hopefully.
Yeah, hell
hopefully
Yeah, of
get
course.
him on.
And now you're back with the Day In, Day Out EP. Tell us about the creative process in making that.
That was probably the most like creatively involved we've been. We wrote all of the songs. We worked on it for like a solid period of about 8 months. We were just all sorts of different things. So, but I was at a songwriting camp at the end of last year. Wrote a couple of songs. Jake and Ethan, we all sort of had different songwriting sessions. We came together. We worked on stuff. It was a really collaborative, creative process. It was good fun.
It was good that this was the first record or even song that we've had no kind of deadline for. So when we
Took us like 8 months to finish.
And the good thing about that is we made sure that we got everything right, because usually it would come out of an EP and we could think, that could have been better, but what can you do now because it's been released. And this one we were listening to the final demos and the final production mixes, and we're really happy with it, and we're really excited for everyone to hear it.
But to your credit, like 8 months isn't a lot of time. As well.
It is for In Stereo. It is.
For a 6-track EP, I mean, it's a considerable amount of time for us. I mean, because compared to what we've done in the past, because the first 2 EPs we were sort of like, oh, we need to get music out there. We need to do it now, like quick.
Yeah, we made the Speed of Sound in like 2-3 months.
And it went to
it was
number
literally
3.
like
It went to number 3 on the chart.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
huge.
thank you, but it was just a very, very rushed process in a way. I mean, like we were obviously happy with it, but to take the time for this project was a really good.
It was more like, it's not like songs for us. Like we think of music as art, so we want to make sure that the art is perfect and most perfect as possible.
The first single from this EP is Bad For Me, and you've got a lyric video out.
Yeah.
Is there a plan for a music video to be filmed?
We have been planning for something, but we're not saying it.
Okay.
But the next kind of In Stereo project that we have coming up is pretty hyper, so I'm keen.
Yeah.
Excited. Is it part of the Day In, Day Out EP? Or?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. And then when can fans expect a tour from you guys? As in your own tour?
Well, we're doing our own shows to launch the EP. When we did the first. When the EP came out, we did a show in Sydney.
Yeah,
which
Oxford Art
was-
Factory.
Yeah,
Yep.
at Oxford Art Factory, and now we're taking that show to well, Melbourne is part of Teen Vibes, but
Yeah.
it's still like the same show we're doing.
Well,
a
you're the
week before.
headliners, right?
Yeah,
So
I
it
mean-
is your own show in a way.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brisbane, we're doing a show at the Old Museum,
Mhm.
Which is our show.
Which is our show, and
Sweet.
Perth, we're doing the YMCA HQ, which is also
Which is our show.
our show. So
Very
Come
exciting.
along,
there you
come
go.
along, it'll
So
be
you do have your tour on.
Ah, more plugs.
He's so good at the plug. What dates are they?
The dates for our tour is the 23rd at Teen Vibes in Melbourne. Then we have the Old Museum on the 24th, which is in Brisbane. And then the 26th is YMCA HQ in Perth.
Good on you, boys. You need to do the plug. You have to.
All
Yeah.
in September.
Before you guys go, we are going to do a Who Knows Me Better challenge.
Oh no.
So before we do it, we're going to have to play Scissors, Paper, Rock.
So you two go first.
Scissors, paper, rock. Scissors, paper, rock. Damn it.
Okay.
Out of 3.
He's won. He got 2 out of 3. Yeah, he's already won. Anyway,
So it's
now
between Chris and
it's
Ethan.
between you and mine.
Scissors, paper, rock. Scissors, paper, rock.
Uh.
Scissors, paper, rock.
We're going to play Who Knows Chris Better.